Try something for me right now. Take your two palms and put them face up in your lap. Now close your eyes and move your attention into your left palm. Now move it over to your right palm. Move it over to your left foot. Over to your right foot. And you probably noticed that wherever you put your attention, energy seems to follow. You might feel a subtle buzzing or pulsing. Now, this is true of everything. Wherever we put our attention, energy follows. And everything that we experience in life, we do as a kind of interplay of energy and awareness. Now, the way that astrology fits into all of this is that basically a planetary alignment just shows us a certain wave of energy passing through a period of time. And knowing the nature of the two planets involved and knowing the nature of their alignment, we're going to know something about the quality of this energy and its intensity. But what we're not going to know is necessarily what kind of awareness we're bringing to it. So, if we are able, in the midst of certain astrological forces, to wield our attention consciously, to be able to move our attention, stabilize our attention at will, and direct our energy in response to the energy that we're experiencing from outside, things can unfold in truly miraculous ways. Not necessarily always easy, but not necessarily compulsive. And this is always the big question with astrology, the whole, what are the gods doing to me now thing. So the main alignment that we're experiencing at the moment is the square between Saturn and Uranus. And this is a tense one. This is the one that really underlies the whole tone of this time. And it's lasted we've had it for over a year now, and it's going to last into 2023. And it is really the one that brings the sense of like super, super high tension and social division and the sense that things are at the point of collapse. Because Saturn is the planet of structure, of resistance, of holding on, of the status quo in the past. And Uranus is the planet of sudden radical change and liberation. And both of these planets are very intense in their own position. And when we bring them together, it's like trying to fuse two polar opposites. And the result of this is this incredible tension of energy. And it's like a hand is reaching deep inside of all of us and twisting until something just comes to the point of almost breaking. So, what do most of us tend to do under such forces? Well, it's pretty easy to freak out. It's pretty easy to want to go anywhere but there, right? To look outside of yourself, to lay blame, to point fingers, all of that kind of stuff. And, well, aren't we seeing a lot of that right now? So the question becomes, how do we ride this astrological wave deeper and deeper and deeper into ourselves to have a deeper, truer experience? Something that can show life to us more in a way that shows us that we actually have more power than we thought we did. Now, I think in some ways that the Saturn-Uranus alignment it's kind of one of the best for helping us to do this, if we're willing to go there. It's always a double-sided kind of situation with tense alignments. They can feel really hard and punishing, and it's like we want to get away as soon as possible, or they can kind of move us out of our complacency because, we don't tend to go easy to things. We don't change unless we really have to. So, for many of us, and I hope all of you watching, I invite you to use this time as an opportunity to, rather than double down in your positions and in your opinions, your belief systems, your ideologies, all of that, rather to just let these waves take you deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself. So when that happens with Saturn and Uranus, what might that look like? What might the real lesson of Saturn and Uranus be? I think what it really boils down to is learning to see that there is no ultimate difference between responsibility and freedom. Now, even putting these two words together in the same sentence, like, I'm hesitant to do it because they're so loaded ideologically. Even saying responsibility and freedom, it sounds like a political slogan. And in fact, every political party pretty much defines itself based on its ideas about responsibility and freedom. Is freedom my freedom to do with my body as I choose, or to marry whomever I choose, or to have access to health care without having to work 80 hours a week? Or is it the freedom to take whatever I want from the earth whenever I want, or to make as much money as I possibly can by whatever means possible? Is responsibility the responsibility that I have to pull myself up by my bootstraps, or is it the responsibility that I have to see that all are taken care of? Right? These are the ideological machinery that keeps the whole thing spinning, right? Now, this is not what I'm talking about as far as freedom and responsibility goes. I'm talking about radical freedom, radical responsibility, where when we understand that where our attention goes, energy follows. And when we understand that we have some say in how we use our attention, that we suddenly can have the insight that, oh, hey, I alone am responsible for my experience of life. And when we understand that, then suddenly we do have this amazing new level of freedom. Now, I don't mean this in some kind of glib, new agey kind of a way where it's like, just think good thoughts and everything will be good. Though I think there is a kind of truth to that, but it's never as simple as it's often chalked up to be. We have to be pretty radically honest. We have to be willing to look at ourselves, to look at what's really guiding us, what really underlies our opinions, our beliefs, all of that, and be able to do so in a way that when we see the truth of how we've been, of how programmed we've been, that we're not disgusted with ourselves, that we don't judge ourselves, and that we don't judge the people who we perceive to have made us this way. Because in that process, we are, in fact, abdicating responsibility. Even when we're judging ourselves, we're abdicating responsibility, because responsibility is not blame. This is one of the really horrible little knots that we tie ourselves in with Saturn. We think about responsibility as blame. We think about responsibility as a kind of moral duty, and instead of this radical sense of deep empowerment and personal autonomy that just springs from our very being. When we start to see that, then like that we are free, no matter what's happening to us from without. And also, by some magic, sometimes we actually do create better situations on the outside. Can't always control what comes at us from the outside. We are in a kind of dance between inner and outer. But little by little, we start to see that we really are the ones creating this whole situation. So, my invitation to you at this time, like you did with your hands and feet at the beginning, what happens when you put your attention on a particular thought? And really put your attention there. And I'm not talking about, say, just, do a positive affirmation when you feel bad to just block that bad thought out. I'm saying taste the quality of the thought that you're engaging with. And before you even do this with something like a positive affirmation or something, do it with one of your favorite, juiciest little ego opinions. The ones that really charge you up. And we've all got them. So just take a moment. Think of something that really, really makes you go. And just close your eyes and really feel it. How does it feel? Are there good guys and bad guys in this scenario that you have for yourself? How does it feel to think about those bad guys? How does it feel to think about being the good guy? Now, put your attention somewhere else. Put your attention on a nice interaction that you had with somebody. Say a nice interaction you had with a stranger one time. Maybe somebody just did something nice for you for no good reason. How does that feel? So you see, now if you practice this, it'll get stronger and stronger and stronger. You'll be able to pick it up more quickly. You'll get a stronger, subtle awareness of what's going on. But you see that wherever your attention goes, it brings energy, and it also can shift the quality, depending on what your attention is laid on. It shift the quality of that energy. So I'm not about simplistic blanket answers to life here. This is more about tuning yourself in such a way that you can respond to situations better and live more openly in life. And that is the really big challenge of this time. And I think if we get it right, if we get right this balance between responsibility and freedom, it's like magic. Like the world will change in an amazing, amazing way. So check out my channel for more practices that can help you with this. And also, if you're interested in going deeper, I do offer coaching for people who are on a path of really awakening to what their potential really is and seeing the power that lies within them and how to reveal that, how to use that, how to bring it into life. So you can learn more at www.21stcenturyalchemy.com. That word is all spelled out, TWE, etc. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks a lot.